Yo, 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 and welcome back to the Banter Boys podcast. My name is Sanji. With me is Ryan. How you doing, boy?
Welcome. I'm good. It is a public holiday in Trinidad. Another one.
Happy Republic Day.
Thank you.
Well, also independent nation.
True, yeah.
We're very special like that.
Correct.
Does either one of those bank holidays matter to you? Like, do you have a particular favorite? If, listeners are wondering. Does one actually get you better KFC deals? That's the real question.
They
right?
don't anymore.
What?
The ones that matter most are the ones that fall on a Monday to Friday.
Yeah. Fair.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
think.
this middle of the week bullshit is not convenient.
Yeah, true.
So do you take the Monday off, or do you do in typical Trinidadian fashion and take the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off?
I wish. No, yeah, just yesterday was a quiet day, luckily.
Okay.
A lot of people did take it off, so.
Yeah. I mean, luckily there's football going on at the moment. To kind of timestamp this, we're recording while the EFL Cup matches are going on. I'm not even watching my Chelsea game. I'm choosing to record with you for our listeners, so.
Yeah, Chelsea are smashing though, right?
Yeah, 3-0. Double Nkunku goal, Felix goal. Malo Gusto is back.
Oh, it's gone down as an own goal instead of Felix.
Told you guys Felix was a shit pick. There are a couple matches going on. Like City are playing Watford, Leicester away, Aston Villa away, and tomorrow's Europa League, Thursday's Europa League. I generally thought it was Champions League until somebody in our Discord reminded me, hey, you fraud. There's no Champions League. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, you just knew Spurs were playing midweek, and you assume it's Champions League.
Oh yeah, that should have been my marker. I mean, same with Manchester United,
right?
So
Right.
yeah, I should have known better. All right, welcome back to the Banter Boys podcast, guys and gals. Yeah, we are a Fantrax podcast. We cover the default version of the game. So you've caught us on our regular Tuesday pod. We actually do 2 episodes per week at least. The Sunday waiver pod would have dropped on Monday, I believe. You can find that on our Patreon though, for the low price of $1 per month. Get it while stocks last. It would mean a lot to us if you're able to kind of help us, support this endeavor in a sense. And we do a bit of bonus content as well, especially during international breaks. We kind of catch up with our Inside Tracks reps. So basically just fans of each of the 20 clubs that play Fantrax as well. So we kind of get a bit of insight. Last time we did a United versus Leicester episode. If you're on Patreon, you get access to that sort of stuff. We pretty much just chat Fantrax assets from both teams. And we're going to try and see if we can get a tasty matchup, where both the reps kind of play each other. Again, this is kind of an idea that we borrowed from Planet FPL. They do a fantastic job with their correspondence, etc. So we just thought, we'd be able to do something similar just because, like, you're using way more assets from these teams rather than, just the Haalands, just the Sakas, etc. So, cool. Before we get started, I should get Ross to do the social plug. So, Ross, please do your thing right here.
Yeah, for sure. So you can message us on Twitter and Instagram. Our handles @BanterB. On Discord, in the Draft PL channel, Banter Boys, #6585. On Reddit, /Banter_boys. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube, all under the name of Banter Boys.
Okay, so hopefully you've listened to Ross. If you're listening to us on Spotify, if you don't mind giving us a 5-star rating, drop a comment as well. If you're listening to us on YouTube, hit the like button, which is the thumbs up button, hit the follow button. I think still there's only like maybe 25 to 30% of you guys that are actually, have actually liked the podcast, that actually listen to the podcast. So yeah, I mean, it's only going to take a couple of seconds, right? Nothing else. It's free to do. We'd really, really appreciate it. So again, if you're new to this pod, as I mentioned before, we cover the default version of the game. So typically how these pods go is we have two halves. In the first half, we do a bit of a data dump. So we basically just discuss the default scoring categories from the previous game week, which is game week 5. Then we catch up in our league, see how we've done, any moves that we're trying to make, dilemmas that we're facing with our lineups. Then we take our halftime pint, and then after the break, we jump back in and answer questions that we receive on Twitter or mostly from our Discord, which is free to join. You should really join our Discord. It is absolutely popping off. One of our mods, by the way, I gave a shout out to the mods on the last pod, which was the Patreon pod, and I did it at the end. So now what I'm going to do is shout out my mods, our mods, and yeah, let everyone know that we've got a fantastic group of lads running the Discord for us. They're fucking amazing. They do a great job. They've basically taken over everything that we've been doing or not been doing. And yeah, they're managing it so well, giving such great advice. And again, like I mentioned, it's free. The Inside Tracks reps are in there. Fellow listeners, fellow fans are in there. People from all over the world, really. It's honestly such a lovely community. We started a new channel today, by the way, Ryan. Did you see that? The Media Moguls
I saw it.
channel?
Great suggestion. I guess it was by Andrew because he was the first to post.
I mentioned it to him, but he
true,
came up with the name. But yeah, I just, because I thought like during international break and stuff, like things get really dull, really boring, and people watch shows, watch movies, play games, and I thought it's kind of a nice way to keep the community in contact with each other, build camaraderie, etc. So yeah, it's always growing. Anyways, I did all the boring shit. Shall we just jump straight into the pod?
Yeah, let's go.
Ay. Fantasy with the Banta Boys.
So we're starting with the data dump. So we're looking back at game week 5, and we're going to start with key passes. So the highest number of key passes recorded was 7 by Heung-min Son, then 6 by Salah, 5 by Iwobi, Kovacic, and Bernardo Silva, and then 4 by Akanji and Ndiaye. Thoughts, Ran?
1, Kovacic didn't play the full game. He came on for the injured Rodri.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think, well, was it that late? I can't remember, but...
Or maybe it wasn't that late.
21 minutes in, so...
Oh, okay. So he basically came on right after the injury.
Yeah. But it's a strange set of people who got the key passes for City here. Kova, Bilva's fine. Akanji, what the...
I think I know the reason behind that. I mean, after Arsenal went down to 10, they basically just parked the bus.
Yes.
And if you remember the game, it was basically the centre-backs passing the ball sideways, like, for a good while until, like, Grealish and Foden came on and this actually stretched the pitch a bit more.
Right. And I think that will be backed up when we go through the shots, because where the shots were coming from were from the defense as well.
Yeah, it was so frustrating to watch. Like, they were basically just passing it side to side, and in my head, I'm watching it, and it's like, somebody fucking shoot.
But that was so, I mean, well disciplined by Arsenal, right? Like,
yeah, great job by them. Honestly, really unlucky to not come away with the win.
Agreed.
They did so much for so long. Yeah.
Agreed. But still, I feel like City just were devoid of ideas, and it was not fun watching. Like, no KDB, and then you just aren't creative.
What do you think hurts them more? No KDB or no Rodri?
Rodri.
No Rodri for the rest of the season, bro.
Yeah, crazy.
Yo, managers out there lost, like, so many picks in the first few game weeks of this season, bro.
Painful one.
Absolutely painful.
And you
it's
could
really
have
unlucky.
easily gotten, like, 5 of these guys all in one.
Yeah.
Because it's not like all round 1 picks. It's like round 1, 2, 3. And if you were unfortunate to draft all, you were just screwed.
You could go one of KDB or Foden first round, Rodri the next one. Maybe you went Nkunku after that. Like,
yeah,
it's carnage, bro. Maybe Kulusevski after that. Another player that's been in and out. Like, I'm trying to think Darwin Nunez even throw him in. Like,
and then lower down Fatu.
yeah, bro. Fucking hell. Surely there must be like a worst drafted team out there. And if you're listening to this pod, you're in our Discord, drop it. Genuinely. Like, we're very curious. Yeah, but other than that, like, I think it makes sense to have that many Man City players because they were chasing the game essentially.
Great, yeah, makes sense.
Son, Salah, usual suspects.
I'm surprised by Sonny's, like, is it just that he's going to be looking for the assist now, or is it that like a one-off?
I think so. I think he's just supplying people. I think he's past his prime as well. Like,
sure. So it's basically service Solanke, because Solanke had, I think, 3 big chances, if I remember.
Yeah, missed 2 of them, right? He got a goal.
He got 1 goal.
Yeah. I honestly think Sonny is now like just playing for the team than playing for himself. Like, don't let those. You would have had to actually watch the highlights of Everton versus Spurs where he got that brace. You got to remember that one of his 2 goals was an absolute gift by Pickford.
Yeah, true.
Like, you take that away, I think people are still going to be looking at Sonny like, okay, maybe he really still is a bit of a average asset now. Like,
but I'd argue that this improves him though, because he's going to ghost better. He did ghost better. I mean,
and it's strange because he usually doesn't ghost better. You look at him for all the fucking goals.
That's it, right? So, I mean, 2 assists, yes, but his score was still over 30, so...
Yeah, it's honestly very... I can't remember the last time he's gotten this many key passes. Maybe when Kane was around, but even then, I think like Kane was the one getting the key passes, if anything.
Yeah, it was mutual, really.
Yeah.
But good to see. Ndiaye, you... spoke him into existence, really.
Yeah, man. I'm so happy that worked out. Like, and we kind of talked about the fixture run that Everton are going into, right? Like, I want to say maybe the next 6 game weeks are kind of tasty. 6, 7. Palace at home, Newcastle at home, Ipswich away, Fulham at home, Southampton away, West Ham away, Brentford at home. That's fucking great.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think I want some piece of a Everton attack, be it Ndiaye, Lindstrom, Harrison. I don't think you're getting DCL or McNeil out of the waivers, so
probably not. Yeah,
it's one of the other 3 or 2 of the 3
yep.
At least. And I think Ndiaye is above both Lindstrom and Harrison right now.
Agreed, and they're rotation, like they're rotating.
They're rotating for each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Next, let's look at shots and how many were on target. So, no surprise, highest number of shots attempted was 6 by 2 players. Haaland being one of them with 5 on target. And then Brennan Johnson with 2 of his 6 on target. And then the next tier was 5 shots attempted by Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 2 on target. Ruben Diaz with 1 of his 5 on target. And then Rutter with 0 of his 5 on target. Thoughts, Ran?
Yeah, so I mean, we see the City boys here again. It's expected, and Diaz taking too many shots. Walker also took too many shots. It just shows that they were really just looking for that goal all throughout second half. I guess Brennan with 6 shots kind of highlights what we were saying, right? Sonny's not playing for himself anymore. He's not playing to shoot. He's playing to pass.
Yeah.
But I would be really happy as a Brennan owner, at least coming out of this game.
Yes and no. Like, take that goal away, I don't think his points look that great.
Fair, but I'd be keen on his shots and the fact that, like, if I look at average player position on the pitch, it's him and Kulu were actually furthest forward. Solanke is a little deeper than them. And Son, I guess on the other side, is a little, very little.
Yeah.
But
maybe it indicates that, you know, his ceiling is quite high then. If he's going to be taking this many shots, if he's going to be like a bit of the outlet ball in that sense.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to lose a spot. anytime soon.
Probably not. I mean, we see, like you said, Spurs have Europa, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I also think he's probably one of the more sustainable players, like in terms of not as injury prone as like a Madison or a Son, right? And we talk about extra competitions, more matches, more minutes. Like, I just feel like Brennan is somehow able to survive all of that. Like, I'd hate if he started midweek. Fuck that. Like, I wouldn't want that for my asset, right?
Neither me, and I think they have enough depth on their bench to get by this early stage of Europa, right?
Yeah.
You'd hope.
Something seems off with Spurs though compared to last season. I don't know. It's for some reason they don't seem as ruthless, as clinical. I don't think it's a word you associate Spurs attack with in general without Kane, but
Fair. I mean, Maddie's coming back into his own kind of.
yeah, Maddie's hitting form again. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it doesn't seem like they have a true workhorse in the middle of the field. Like Bentancur started, not Bissouma, and I feel like that plays a part in it.
Yeah.
But I'm positive overall on Spurs. Like 7
Okay.
big chances in that game.
Yeah.
Is nuts.
And Brentford is like not really a team that gets walked over that easily either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, Spurs fixtures are pretty decent as well up until that game week 12 fixture away to City. Like, on the way there, they've got United away, Brighton away, West Ham at home, Palace away, Villa at home, Ipswich at home. Nice fixtures.
Yeah.
Cool. Other than that, other guys seem fairly standard.
Yeah, I mean,
Rutter's up there.
Rutter should be hitting the target. Surely that puts him at risk because there's a lot of rotation in that squad if they're all fit.
Yeah, it's Welbeck plus 10, right?
Probably.
No, João Pedro injury, right? Or some sort of niggle or something I saw.
Again, like he came on. He seemed.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody was pointing out it to us in Discord. I don't know if there was one of the automated accounts that we were following, some physio room thingy, talked about, yeah, maybe João Pedro was fucked. But I thought he was fine. Like, I didn't see any glaring issues, but he was limping during that game heavily.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yes, again, a monitor, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of monitor that. All right, next category, Aka crosses into the box. Highest number is 3 by 2 Leicester players, actually. Christensen and Winks. Any quick thoughts?
I guess, is it just Everton defense, or is that just how Leicester are playing, where they're just putting in the crosses?
I want to say that's Everton defense as well. Just Everton everything, man.
Fair.
Like, isn't this like Winks' highest return for the season as well?
It is. Both of them are, right? Probably.
Christensen as well? Oh, well, I mean, Christensen did his flip-flop 48-48-48 bullshit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
it's 8 point something, so.
8.25.
Okay,
yeah.
so not the highest.
Not the highest. 8.75 was the highest,
Right.
but still on track. Yeah, I think this is just Everton, like, allowing shit to happen to them, like...
Fair, I guess. I'm keen though because Brantwaite's back.
Yeah, played 90 minutes in closed doors friendly. Was it Sunderland or something like that?
I don't even know who it was, but
yeah, I believe it was Sunderland, and I think what's his face, Patterson. I think played 60 minutes or something like that. I saw like some news about it.
so you're telling me there's a chance that Coleman and Young might not get as much minutes anymore?
Yeah, I'm so sorry to break it to you that Young is no longer an asset.
Gosh. He returned this week, right? It was this week.
Young, yeah, he got the assist, right? For
Ridiculous.
Ndiaye.
Why is he even playing, man?
But yeah, man, it's good news for Everton. I think Mikolenko also was in full training, so maybe the gang's back, yo.
True.
Maybe Everton are gonna start keeping clean sheets all of a sudden.
All
You
right,
remember
let's
that
not be
Pickford
crazy.
punch?
Like, improve the defense first. Get a win. Those things.
Yeah. All right. Shall we just wrap this data dump up then?
Okay.
Anything else you want to pick on from the stuff? Anything else? I don't think there's anything else, right?
No.
Okay. So extra categories. So tackles 1. The highest number was 5 by McAllister and Ndidi. Dispossessions, there was a high of 5 by Tavernier. Interceptions, there was a high of 5 by Bednarek. Clearances, there was a high of 15 by Murillo. And then second highest, I had to put it in here, 11 by Charlie fucking Taylor. Successful dribbles, there was a high of 7 by Madison. Aerials, there was a high of 6 by Byrne and Ndidi. And then block shots, there was a high of 3 by Magalhaes, Milenkovic, Onana, Pinnock, and Rice. Thoughts, Ryan?
Definitely ignoring the Charlie Taylor. Spoke enough.
Are you ignoring that one or the Ndidi double show?
Oh man, the Ndidi double. I saw him sit deeper and I thought, okay, for sure, this is the game his points dry up. Nope. Tackles 1. Aerials 1. Like, man, has so many avenues to points.
I think this is the player people thought Lamina was going to be.
Yeah. So,
and, yeah.
I don't know, man. Okay, so Byrne Aerial 6 is great for a defender. But Newcastle just looks shit at the moment.
Absolute shit, yeah.
I mean, Trippier coming in didn't help them out. Surely Lloyd Kelly is not it. But I don't know. They just need... I mentioned this on the waiver pod. But they need a solid man like Tonali or Longstaff starting.
I think they just need a fresh reshuffle of their starting lineup.
True. But...
yeah.
I worry for Newcastle on a whole, at least right now. And then they play City up next, right? So it's not going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Great to see Murillo up there getting most goals out of the Forest defense.
Deserves more credit than he gets, I think.
He does.
Game week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The block shots list is a group of, I would say, solid assets to own.
Yeah.
Gabriel, Milenkovic, Onana, I mean, he started the season way too strongly, but
yeah,
Pinnock and Rice, all great assets. Mac, I saw Mac dropped in one of my leagues, yo.
So you hit the name that I wanted to talk about before we wrapped up the segment. We were chatting off air earlier today about possibly grabbing Mac on waivers or whatnot. He's not had the most convincing start to the season so far.
No, and I think he only really shone last season when one of the front three went injured. Actually, it was two of them. And he had to step up, right?
Yeah.
When he sits back or when he's kind of playing this role, it's not as good.
Yeah.
But his last game was good.
Against Forest. I mean, he got 5 points in 59 minutes, right? So, which is kind of on course to get low double digits.
Yeah.
But I don't know if his attacking returns run on the back end of last season is like a purple patch thing. Because I fully expected him to get at least one attack return in the first few game weeks.
Agreed. Sorry, I was talking about in the Bournemouth game because he was better in the Bournemouth game. Like 12.
Yeah, 12.75 in the Bournemouth game. Right? But that's Bournemouth though. Like it's a
fair.
It's an easy team, open team. Like we expected that. We said like episodes ago, like if you're getting Liverpool assets on any format, regardless, like this was the fixture that we were targeting.
Fair. So yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the returns are going to be frequent. Like not like that end of last season at all. But I still think he's a good asset, like a mid-4.
Yeah, I think mid-4 because he was going like 3rd, 4th round in drafts this season, if I
that was nuts.
remember correctly. It was way too high, right?
Way too high.
Yeah. I mean, even like Soboslai, like I wouldn't say Soboslai has been lights out either.
He hasn't. But I mean, you at least see the potential for returns higher there.
Yeah, but I mean, if we look at like the midfield right now of Mac, Sobo, and Gravenberch is the one who has really impressed me the most because he did fuck all, and now he's like
Climbing.
steady, like a dependable steady Eddie.
Yeah.
And climbing, it's like you said, yeah.
So, for me, if I had to rank them, it would be Sobo, Grav, and then Mac.
I kind of feel that, yeah. And Grav is playing some really good football for
He
them.
is. He really is.
Yeah, I never thought that he would have ended up being the 6 for them. I still think they could probably do with an upgrade there, like a player that you think can, do that sort of Fabinho job or whatever. But I mean, Grav is holding down the fort, so what do we know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, everything else seems fairly standard. So I think let's move on to our next segment, which is the league updates.
All right. Can we move on to questions?
What do you mean? You got a win?
I got 1 win, or maybe 2 wins this whole week. Our shared team and then IGL.
We got a shared team, yeah, true.
We
Dino.
We
didn't
scraped
go
that
well,
shared
yeah.
team win, yo.
Yeah, we did. It was I want to say, what was the call that scraped us over the line though? Was there a call that we? Damsgaard. That's the call I'm gonna put it on.
Yeah.
Because you put in Bilal as a placeholder. I went into our team and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like,
No, I think we won by enough that it didn't matter actually.
yeah, probably not, but.
But yeah.
But again, I like that, we're like, we talk about some calls and, we pick the player does good. It's like, yo, we do things.
Yes.
Validation. Okay, time to rip the Band-Aid off. How did your leagues go?
So IGL is still good. I'm 4 wins, 1 loss there. I
Nice.
won 115 versus 81. I had a very concentrated few points from like Diaz, Kappa, Jimmy.
Yeah.
And then Munoz, Leaf, and Saka kind of added just double-digit points to that. I did bench Damsgaard for Jordan. I keep saying Jordan. Jacob Ramsey's 1 point. Which that's a regret. But overall, happy with how that team is progressing, right? And we mentioned this, but Rodri's out for the season. He was actually my probably 3rd round pick. 2nd, 3rd was about the same, Diaz, Rodri, because I was 1st pick, so I was on the turn. But that significantly hurts me on a long-term basis. Like, I was carrying Kesa because I knew my squad, my core squad was solid, right?
Yeah.
Rodri being part of that. So now that Rodri is out, I don't think I can carry Kesa anymore. So I dropped both of them. Waivers did clear in this league, so I picked up Sar and I picked up Adingra for free, both of them.
Mental.
I'm a Minter owner here, so happy to hold Adingra and kind of...
Yeah, happy days.
Yeah. But Ramsey, I don't trust anymore. That's back-to-back ones, even though the next game is Ipswich.
Ryan!
Yeah. I know. I'm rushing it, but I think it's more important to kind of pick up options who can become a long-term player. So I want to replace Rodri with a decent asset now, and I'm happy to just like stream those 3 spots until I find that guy. So I'm actually not going to carry any of these guys, especially if they don't start. I'm going to drop them all back. But I want someone who can be a long-term replacement.
Man, if Sar comes into that squad and is nailed, you're fucking golden.
Right?
Like...
and who I dropped Ramsey for was Sosa. It's between him and Jota Silva, and I'm not sure who I'll go with, but I just think Sosa has a more likelihood of starting.
Did Ramsey start in tonight's game for Villa?
Ooh, good question. I didn't check.
No, he did not.
Did Bailey start?
Bailey did start.
Ooh, that is a sign.
I feel like Ramsey's going to start that game versus Ipswich.
He probably would.
What if I told you that, well, not told you, but reminded you that Jacob Ramsey scored in the Champions League? Had 3 key passes, 3 shots on target.
I know the
that-
potential is there. I just feel like it changes game to game. Like, does it flow through Rodgers? Does it flow through Ramsey? Does the whole team click? Like, big versus Wolves, the entire team wasn't clicking in the first half. They had to make kind of wholesale changes. I mean, McGinn injury didn't help him, but he made drastic changes to really get back into that one.
Yeah, and also the concerning thing is, how do you score 0 Fantrax points versus Everton?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I understand if you had a yellow card, not even that, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I get it, but again, it's the promoted team play.
Yeah, the
thing,
Ipswich and
so.
Sutton thing, it's going to be great for one game week though. And
Yeah.
I figured I'm thinking longer term here.
God, I hope your opponent doesn't grab Ramsey.
Oh, if I get slaughtered by my own player, man.
Yeah, that'll be brutal.
Um,
I mean, decent grabs, and again, I think like streaming during that game week, it's one of the things that you're pretty good at. I think you enjoy doing a lot more as well, and I mean, our Discord is always there to kind of help you out with deciding on picks.
Yeah.
Maybe added suggestions, that sort of stuff. So yeah, chilling, bro.
yeah, so that's all good in IGL. It's really, even Rodri missing out for a season is not that big a blow. But DPL is the complete opposite. I am 1 win, 4 losses here.
Hey,
And
welcome to the club.
that's after just winning the entire damn league. But
Yeah, your retirement, right?
true.
So you can't win them all, bro.
The thing is, I started off so well here. I had Solanke, Kepa, Jimmy again. Started really strong. Leaf and Dams and Martinelli. Even all of that combined put up a total of 96 points, right? My opponent had a lot of, I think, United and City. United and Palace. Why I keep mixing this up? But he had Onana and Delete. And that alone was like a 32-point swing when I was comfortably on top. So he ended up on 113 and blew me out of the water. But it was really concentrated in Salah and the United defense, which was not standard. Anyway, I have a lot of issues in this squad. My regrets, I grabbed Alex Moreno. I trusted Paqueta mostly because I know he has penalties, and he almost did get one. But
yeah,
he didn't, and therefore ghosted really badly. And Moreno going off at halftime was not a good look. So, roster concerns then. James Ward-Prowse, Alex Moreno, early subs. Are they actually options? I don't know. Paqueta does not look like a good enough option. And then I also have Fatu and Nkunku here. So it's kind of like what we were saying with this draft. Like the actual draft was just really bad. Nkunku, Fatu, James Ward-Prowse, all become dead options.
I think you're safe with James Ward-Prowse because Morgan Gibbs-White is going to be missing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Ward-Prowse took some of the sets or was sharing some of them.
Right.
I think the early sub was more a tactical thing as well.
Fair.
I don't know if I'd read too much into it. Also, like, I don't think there's anyone else that's going to be able to deliver a dead ball better than James Ward-Prowse. And I don't see why you drop that player, especially when Gibbs-White is missing.
Yeah, so that part I agree with completely. I'm giving him at least maybe 1 week, 2 weeks more to prove himself.
Moreno, you can, I think, drop. We talked about that possible rotation, right?
Yes.
I think it's Aino or bust.
Agreed. Or Aino Milankovic or bust.
Yeah.
So I'm
Pack.
off of Moreno. I'm annoyed with myself, right? We said it.
I drop Pack,
I would drop back too. I'm at that point where this team needs wholesale changes. Dan Burn is a
I
drop. Paqueta's a
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah.
But going back to Moreno, I'm annoyed with myself because we spoke about you can get as good points from a player like Greaves, a player
Mhm.
like Dara O'Shea.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't appeal to the upside chaser in me, right? But
Yeah.
they're gonna, on average, get that 10 points that you want.
Yeah.
I should have just gone that.
Yeah.
And now I'm here having to scramble because a lot of those guys are gone now.
You were chasing upside way too much in too many places.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I didn't find the correct balance.
Mm.
So that's where my changes are gonna be. I'm gonna drop. I mean, Elkanus was a random grab just to see.
Yeah.
But he could have easily been Lindstrom or anybody else, and they're still available. So I might go there. But I think I'm gonna drop Fatsuwu or try to trade. I think I'm gonna drop Elkanus. I think I'm gonna drop Pac, and I think I'm gonna drop Alex Moreno. Really go. I think I have almost near to full fab in this league, and go and try and just get the options I think are the long term better replacements.
You're gonna start trading some chunks of fab with players then.
Yeah, or wavering in the players I would want that would drop. Let me see who is a good example of that. I don't know, but I don't know what else I have. I have no choice at this point. I have to
Mhm.
reset my team.
Yeah.
The only rotational prone player I want to carry is Nkunku.
Yeah.
And that's purely because every midweek game he keeps banging them in.
Yep. Honestly, the minute he starts playing in the Prem, like owners are gonna rejoice, sellers are gonna cry.
You would think so, right?
Yeah, you'd hope so. I say that as an Nkunku owner, so. Yeah, genuinely, like I've seen managers basically run with half of a nailed squad into every game week,
Yeah.
and you've got flex spots all over the place. There's always going to be options. We say it time and time, game week after game week. You look into the free agency pool, and I'm pretty sure if you add a eligible list of players in terms of like a position, like meeting the positional constraints, your 5-3-2s, 5-2-3s, whatever formations, you can probably find a squad that outscores your own team.
Easily, yeah.
So I don't think it's that much of an issue. Obviously, it's unsettling not to have a dependable, let's say, 10 or 11, right? But
Right.
I don't think it's the end of the world. And I mean, who knows? This might be a blessing in disguise. You might unearth a gem that is still being discovered, right? I still think we're early enough into the season where there are still a few clubs in the Prem that are figuring their shit out.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So it's kind of why I'm chasing the Jota Silva, Sosa thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like one of those guys could actually really become an asset.
Yeah, I mean, game week to game week, you're going to have to look out for who fills in for this red card suspension, who fills in for this random injury. And because we're getting so many fucking cards, chances are every 2 weeks you might find someone that is getting minutes because their main player is suspended.
Yeah, and then Langa and Cho just don't seem nailed. So
Yeah, there's that as well. So
how
yeah,
did
I'm sure we'll figure something out. I mean, we'll chat about it off air, right?
Yeah.
We'll go through the pool and we'll find some options for you. So
for sure.
So for me, I had a win in IGL, a win in one of my DPL leagues, and a loss in the other. So IGL league, 128 to 86, 5-win streak, 5-0. Love it.
Nice.
Gonna try and make that lap. Now I've jinxed it. The good from there, Iwobi, McNeil, Jackson, Salah. I feel like when Jackson banged to start my game week, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I won this matchup.
Yeah.
So I had no real regrets there. In terms of roster concern, so one of my concerns was, I guess, deciding on my best 4 midfielders to start every game week because I was trying to start 3 forwards. So Joelinton was basically the thorn in my side. And he wasn't playing well. And then I had to basically secure Strand Larson as my third forward because Fatawu, like you mentioned for your team, is now being benched for Mavididi. And I don't have Mavididi in this team to have that cuff, right? So I got rid of Joelinton. I got in Lindstrom for 0 fab because I have no fab left in this league because I spent all of it on James Ward-Prowse. So my concern now is, I guess, what do I do with Fatu? It's the same concern that you have. Do I just go to the Mavididi owner and accept it for chump change, or do I ride through it? Because the big difference between your team there and my team is like I've got a solid fucking 11 or 12 players where I can afford to just let Fatawu rot on the bench in that sense.
Yeah, and I think when you're solid, you should. I think
just hold.
Yeah, I think he's a good asset. I mean, if the Mavididi owner has someone of interest, like if you get a handcuff for your opponent getting a handcuff, great.
Yeah. It would be like a perfect handcuff, like, you know, if he has Harrison, I give him Fatu, I get Harrison of that Lindstrom Harrison handcuff. Right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I'm like really trying to get some trades done at the moment. So yeah, that's one to consider. And I mean, we also talked about if things are going well, there's no need to chop and change. Just enjoy the ride until the wheels kind of fall off. So
true.
DPL, the one that I won, good stuff. I had Pope there, Munoz, Eze, Iwobi, Jimmy, Brennan Johnson, and Ndiaye. So quite a lot of players getting double-digit hauls for me. The only regret, I guess, was benching Mavididi here, but not really because my forwards were Ndiaye, Brennan, and Jimmy. Like everyone fucking banged. So we're talking about who had a higher double-digit score in that sense.
Fair.
Roster concerns. So roster concerns, this one is actually a bit of a tough one. So I've got Moreno and Aina. I'm wondering if it's the same thing with you. I'm wondering whether to just drop Moreno.
Right.
Instead of like, because instead of even waiting on lineups, like just hold Aina and assume that he's nailed, like we think he is.
I think that's fair, and if I remember, this is the team you have a lot of defenders. So
no, this is the team that I barely have defenders. So that's the
Ooh.
tricky thing. My defenders are Alex Moreno, Keane, Munoz, and Aina.
Then
So I basically have like 1.5 defenders right now.
yeah, I would probably solidify, get a better Neil defender.
Better defend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another, I guess I have the Fatawu Mavididi cuff in this, so I think I'm kind of safe in that sense.
Right.
But I've also got Nkunku on this team, so that's 2 dead bench spots.
Yeah.
Right? I have Harrison in this team, but no Lindstrom, so potentially 3 dead bench spots. So you see where I'm going with this.
I think Harrison could go though. So
possibly,
Yeah.
right? But the thing is, I want to at least go to a team that is really bare stricken for mids, or the team that has Lindstrom, and try to get something than just dropping into nothing, right? Because I have Adam Wharton in this team, but he's like my 4th mid right now. Sometimes arguably a 3rd if Garnacho doesn't continue starting for Manchester United. And Wharton got pulled off early this game, so I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
yeah, it's a worry.
And this is the team that I have Garnacho that I'm like, okay, is it time to just trade out Garnacho? Because the United, like, it's just a headache with Eric Ten Hag, man. He's putting out lineups that were like, where the fuck is Garte? Where the fuck is Casemiro? Like, he's doing odd things, like Højlund is gonna come back, things are gonna maybe be unsettled, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta think with Højlund back, Xerxes a goner, but I think Garnacho's earned his spot again. I mean, I don't know. I do agree you could probably get some good, decent value out of him, though.
2.25 points is shit, man.
Yeah.
Real shit. Especially when all of his returns were basically coming from attacking returns off the bench.
Yeah. Points you can't depend on because you will never start him off the bench.
Yeah, so I'm now going back to this thought process. Is like, I want to start owning assets that I actually enjoy watching.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. That to me is like a headache, but probably the last priority headache because he's still a starting asset, good attacking player for a good team, that sort of stuff. Well, somewhat good team, but yeah. Okay. Then finally, the loss, DPL, the Lifestyle League or whatever. I lost to Robbie here. Man, this one was frustrating as fuck because this was like going into final day. I had like a decent point lead, and then I have Morgan Gibbs White. He gets fucking sent off. Robbie has Baleba, gets subbed off early, barely ghosts, and had I played a better goalie instead of Johnstone, that's the one, the situation, the dilemma that I kind of bitched about on Waiver Spot.
Right.
I would have probably won because he had Rodri. He would have started Rodri in that match, and then Rodri's ACL went, and he would have lost. So
True.
So Robbie might have won the battle, but he potentially lost the war with losing Rodri.
Fair point. Yeah, this happened to me in a league too. I mean, I would not have won had I swapped out Johnston and got an in. I think I carry Pickford in that league. That's Dino, so you have tons of spots. But bad decisions on a whole, like, I didn't do the math, but I feel like it cost me 2 wins potentially this week.
Yeah.
And that's usually not the case. Like, usually I scrape by...
Yeah. It's crazy when you don't have luck on your side, eh?
I know,
I mean, the comforting thing about this lifestyle league is that I'm not the only manager on 1 win, 4 losses. There are 3 other managers. So
Really?
Mystery does love company. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm now going to face the league leader with 5 wins, 0 losses, value-added Fantrax, who's in our Discord.
Oh, that's where you get the win and build the momentum, yo.
Yeah. And then just throw the bants right back.
Yeah.
So I got to make some real clutch picks after talking so much trash just now.
True.
But yeah, the only positive things from that team were O'Shea, Uobi, Jimmy, and Ndiaye. So kind of things to build off of. I already talked about my regrets. Roster concerns. I've got Duran in this league. Is he a drop?
He's a starter. Just bank on him off the bench every game, yo. Just do it.
Sade, is he a drop?
I would drop Sade, yeah.
Are we just assuming that he's not going to rotate between Fabio and Sade for that forward spot?
Yeah. I think, I mean, if you want to give it one more, you can give it one more. Fixtures are great, so if you get that right, it works out.
And yeah, and I'm thinking the reason Sade didn't play is because they played Spurs, they played back 5. Yeah. So one defender gets benched, one attacker comes in, so
yeah.
I'll probably give that one more week.
That's fine.
Matessa getting subbed off at halftime. Concern?
That's unlucky, but I don't think it's an actual concern yet.
Yeah, I think so. And then Keane, I think, is basically a ride until international break. I feel like Brandt is back after international break for me.
Might even be earlier. I mean, Everton aren't doing anything, in my opinion, so I would be happy to drop as soon as, to be honest.
I mean, somebody offered me, I don't know if they dropped Willock. I think it was Genie, Draft Genie. I think he offered me Willock and 3 Fab for Keane. I should have taken that.
You should have taken that.
I might go back and ask, can you give me some money? But yeah, those are the concerns. And no waivers have run for DPL because it's a Tuesday and those run on Thursday and Friday. Cool. All right. So that's everything from updates. You have any questions for me or?
No, I mean, I was being serious with the Duran thing though. I do think he's a genuine starter.
Listen, if the Aston Villa fixture is late in the game week and I've got no other options because this is the lineup lock, the FA pool lock team, fuck it, why not?
and I mean, it's Ipswich up next, yo. I'm waiting for his inevitable goal tonight because he started today.
Oh no, he's not going to score while he starts. Come on, he doesn't do that.
He's so good
That's not his
though.
thing. He's so good.
Let's see. He has a big chance already. Look at that.
Nice. Is Ollie on the bench?
I would assume so.
Ollie's just going to come off the bench and score then.
Oh, Ollie's not on the bench.
Being rested for the weekend.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool. Yeah, I think that's it. So now what we'll do is take our halftime pint, and we will be back after the break with some questions. So we'll see you in a bit. And we are back. It is 4-0 to Chelsea versus Barrow.
Nice. Granted, I don't even know who Barrow is, so...
What do you mean? Barrow from Barbados, dog?
I know.
Interesting piece of news, though. Halftime sub, Chilwell coming on for Gusto.
Yo, is that his first appearance under
Maresca?
Maresca?
I think so.
Interesting.
Not telling managers to go grab Chilwell, but I'm just saying because I've got him in my dynasty team and I decided to keep him, so...
I am going to grab him in a league. I am.
Of course you are. I mean, that league that you gotta chop and change so much. Fuck it.
Might
Just
as
go
well,
grab Chili
right?
right now, bro. Like, yeah, why not? Knowing your fucking luck, he'd fucking do something too, you know? Like, yeah. Alright. Cool. We got some questions, so let's run through those. Okay, so I will start us off. First question is from Mr. Naru, one of our mods. What are your guys' thoughts on stadiums playing music after a goal? Like Bayern playing the can or Real playing the goal song?
I am all for it.
Agreed.
I mean, even better if it's like bants and mocking the next team. Like if the home team scored and it's like in your face kind of music. Even better, but once it doesn't go overboard.
Define overboard. What will be an overboard song for you?
I don't know yet.
Wasn't the Spurs song like Deruda for the longest while? Like the Sandstorm song or some shit?
Oh really?
I swear some
Daru?
team had
Yeah.
I think some team had the Deruda Sandstorm song or whatever. But
Maybe.
I think it's hype. I think it's a fucking party when your team scores, man.
Yo,
Enjoy it.
Exactly.
Even when like after games as well, like when they play songs, especially if the team wins, like when you go to Brentford games, they play Hey Jude, like everyone just
Yeah,
singing
yeah.
while the team walks around with the coach, like fucking yeah, love that shit.
Same.
Yeah. Would you have a song that you'd like to hear, or like when Trinidad plays, do they play songs like when we score?
They have a few chants, but not
Not songs.
songs. I mean, Soca Warriors.
Yeah.
I am.
What song would you want played if you scored a goal for your team, like AC Milan?
Oof, no clue.
You don't have a hype song?
I don't. I usually listen to matches on like mute and stuff. I'm a freak.
Oh, you're so boring, man.
I know. I'd be doing something else that's like loud in the background. So
yeah. All right. Do you want to take our next one?
sure. Next one from Ben. 32 chickens. How did Arsenal beat Man City? And can any team take the title off Arsenal? And if they can, name them.
So Arsenal didn't beat Man City,
Yeah.
but I'm guessing he's saying that a draw counts as a loss. I'd count that as a loss.
I would
yeah.
too. I mean, he is a City fan, right? And I guess that's the way
Yeah.
he's taking it.
Who's taking the title off of Arsenal? Liverpool, right?
Chelsea?
I mean, you called it on the pod
yeah,
before.
undo.
Call it again.
Undo.
Yeah,
I think it is Arsenal's season.
it has to be, right?
Yeah. And I mean, Rodri
Like-
out is a huge blow, even if we don't go into any kind of points deductions or anything.
Yeah.
I just don't think City can see through the busy season without him.
I'm just wondering, like, who is the player that gets injured in Arsenal's team that is just as
Rice.
damning?
Has to be
Is
Rice.
it Rice though?
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, but we're saying that while Odegaard was out as well, though.
Ooh. Okay, so it's Saka to me. If it had to be one person.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's Saka.
Yeah, probably Saka, but I just feel like what Rice offers for the team is a lot more important.
I mean, we haven't seen what Marino can offer.
True. Double Mikel power.
Yeah.
I almost feel like that's why he went after him. Anyway, he's like, I have so few namesakes. Let's just go.
I mean, that's how you draft your assets, right?
Exactly.
You know, you can legit draft 11 Ryans. I feel like you can.
I've drafted Ryan Manning in a Dino and only to realize he's a dead asset. Let me drop this fool.
Oh, you know what? I'm legitimately gonna go on Fantrax right now and search the word Ryan.
Ryan
see-
Fraser, Ryan
Yeah,
Yates, Ryan
Yeah.
Manning.
yeah.
There's another really popular one I'm forgetting.
We talked about him from Liverpool. The number 6-ish.
Oh, right,
guy.
Ryan Gravenberch.
Yeah. There's a Bournemouth guy
Is
who
there?
plays next to Cook.
Oh, Ryan Christie. Look at that.
Yeah, there you go. There's a Fulham guy that used to be at Spurs.
Yeah. Oh gosh, on the wing, fullback, wingback.
Yeah.
Oh jeez, I love him. Sessignon. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. And then the last one is Trevitt, Ryan Trevitt. I don't think you would have gotten that.
Okay.
So well done. Not enough Ryans to play a team though. Sorry.
Shucks. In the past, we used to have a few more.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we'll take the next question then. I think we answered Ben's question. You said Chelsea, I said Liverpool.
Yeah, if possible at all.
If possible, yeah. But we think Arsenal will probably win it. So, all right, next question is from Prash Hazard FC. So his question is a stat that he posted in our Discord, which was basically Kai Havertz is the first player to play 90 minutes and complete 0 passes in a game in the last 7 Premier League seasons. His question is, how is this even possible? Have you guys seen anything like this before? Yeah, I saw it 8 years ago.
Did you? I saw it that same night that Kai did it, because Timber did it too.
But for some reason, when he posted this, in my head, I'm like, I feel like you shouldn't be posting this because we've had multiple center forwards from Chelsea that have done, 1 touch all game, 2 touches all game? Like
Maybe.
Lukaku
Maybe.
or fucking Aubameyang or some shit. Like,
I've definitely seen it in 45 minutes. I don't think I've seen it in a full 90 before.
yeah.
Especially not a game that goes, how long into extra time did it go? It was like 97 or something, right?
Yeah, 97, 98.
Like, that
it
was-
went longer than it was supposed to.
Yeah.
That's why City got the equalizer. That's Arteta's logic, but yeah.
But the really confusing point for me is, who takes the touch for Arsenal? Like, who starts off the play? Is that not a pass back?
That's a very good question. Does
I
that
guess
count?
It has
counts,
to,
right?
It's a pass.
Yeah, it counts. Yeah, it's part of the banter that we give all shit strikers.
So is that like Trost did that? Or Saka? Or
Very
Martinelli?
interesting question. Yeah.
Surely Kai should have been wrong. Anyway,
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
one really confused me. But how did
Yeah.
both him and Timber do it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Julian actually put up 1 accurate pass now, it says.
Ah, okay. So it's just Kai.
Looks like it's just Kai.
You sure there was no stat corrections for Kai? Like,
No, 0 out of 6. Julian's 1 out of 7 now.
that's kind of crazy. But I mean, playing against City, like shit like that is possible.
Yes, and going down a man, like,
yeah.
he did play the full 90 though, so that's what's actually ridiculous.
Yeah,
Julian
I miss
didn't,
Kai for
right?
that,
Julian
man.
played 89 and subbed off injury.
Yeah. Injured, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But yeah, saw this 8 or 9 years ago. Can't tell you the player, but I saw it. Next question.
Okay, we can skip that and come back to it.
Yeah.
I'll go with Tash's question.
Yeah.
So he said it's a repeat question because I guess he asked it already this season.
Yeah.
What are we doing with Muniz now? He's playing Gooseberry to Jimmy and Adama's buddy movie. They're back. no trade value, just now, unless he's a very sour sweetener on top of something just to entice a manager, should he throw a grenade into the waiver wire?
Yeah, I mean, if you can't offer the Jimmy owner that handcuff, or can't convince them, or take a couple of fab, let's say 2 to 3 fab or something like that. Ask for like the bare minimum. If you can't get that, then yeah, chuck that fucking grenade, bro.
Yeah, agreed.
Because there's no guarantee that Muniz takes that spot back. Like, Jimmy is on fire.
Do you think he'll keep coming off the bench?
Yeah,
Muniz,
Yeah.
every game, like.
potentially. Why not?
So Jimmy doesn't finish out games, or it's just like he's going to come in and support?
I think Jimmy doesn't finish out games unless
Okay.
they're chasing and they throw on both strikers.
Okay,
But I mean, you got to keep your players happy in some sense, right?
fair.
And Muniz doesn't strike me as a player that can play a different position other than being the center forward.
Neither me. No, I was just trying
So-
to think of those, like, Reece Nelson get a shot if Jimmy gets subbed off instead. Probably not, right?
No, not for me.
Okay.
Cool. Next question. With his big performance against Arsenal and Rodri's injury, Kovacic is probably on a lot of people's minds. I personally won't be getting my hopes up though. I can't see many other defenses restricting City so much that it's only Kovacic in the back who's able to take a shot. What do you think, guys? And this is from Draft Espresso.
Yeah, I think Espresso is right. It's what we kind of discussed through the data dump, right? That this was a unique situation that they were down a man and they just absorbed or parked the biggest bus ever the entirety of that second half, invited the shots, and I guess that's where Kova benefited. I do think he probably comes in for Rodri a lot now, or probably becomes a nail player now. But I'm still low down on his upside, like his points potential.
I kind of want to do a bit of a scrape and look at the correlation to see how his points evolved.
Okay.
Like, I mean, the sample size is small enough to kind of analyze it as well, like with Rodri, without Rodri.
Mhm.
Or even look at like his positional change. It's going to require a bit of work. But for some reason, I don't know if it's worth it just because of how Pep is. Like, Pep could easily change things completely and we won't know, right? And we've seen how frustrating Kovacic can be. Yes, okay. There's like a couple of games that he absolutely smashed it. He got like a couple of attacking returns here and there. But you see those games where he got subbed off 45 minutes, 49 minutes? You see that shit? I don't want to fuck with that shit.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
I'm avoiding. Listen, if someone grabs him and he turns out to be a fucking stud rest of season, I'm gonna say that's a bit of luck. But if there's the likes of like Damsgaard in the pool or Ndiaye, let's say,
Yeah,
I think I'm probably gonna go towards those guys.
agreed. Same here.
Yeah.
It does help that Kova's a mid, but so is Dams, right? There are other options.
I'd rather Gundogan than Kovacic if you can get him.
Right, and I do think for the big games, like Gundo might be required in the midfield. I don't know how nailed Gundo is either, but he has a lot bigger of a season ahead now that Rodri's out.
It looks like the most ingenious signing of the window now, doesn't
Right?
it? It's crazy. Yeah, he took a direct free kick, hit the post. Like he still has avenues to points, and Gundo is ghosting like how Gundo does. Like,
Yeah.
cool. All right, let's take the next one. Oh wait, this is the quiz.
Yeah, it's the mini quiz.
Okay, wait, whose question is first? Is it mine or is it
I
yours?
think yours is first because mine is labeled as question 2.
Ah, okay. So I'm asking you the first question, which is
Oh, this
six
is so hard.
So this is from Draft Pie, both of them. 6 players have been subbed off in all 5 games so far. 2 of them were draft day round 1 or round 2 value. Can you name these 2 players?
Oh, he
I
just
can
wants
give you
the
clues
2.
if you want to just
Oh,
speed this
okay,
up
hold on,
as
hold on,
well.
hold on. I thought he wanted
Oh.
all 6. Okay, he just wants
No,
2?
no, just 2. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with Luis Diaz. I don't know if that's right.
Ooh. But were they round 1, round 2 picks?
I would say so. He was around 2.
Okay, so Diaz is not one of them.
Damn it. I don't know if he actually subbed off in all games. He might have played 90 in one. But,
Maybe.
hmm.
Feels like he didn't, but maybe.
Damn it. I actually have no ideas now. I didn't realize it's just the 2 he wanted. Okay, let me think.
I can give you clues.
Surely, one is a Spurs?
Yes, one is a Spurs.
Maddie?
Yeah, well done.
Okay. And it's not Liverpool then.
Nope.
So City.
No. So
Damn
my
it.
clue for you is his replacement just scores off the bench all the time.
Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
So the other players are
Hold on.
Bellegarde.
Is McGinn one?
No.
Damn it. Okay, fine.
I'll give you the clubs if you can guess the players. I already gave you Bellegarde from Wolves. One is an Ipswich player.
Delap.
Delap.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure this person is the Fulham version, but there's 2 Fulham players.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Iwobi? No.
No. Remember, Marco Silva said how this player needs to build fitness for the rest of the season.
ESR.
But he still ESR
And
is one of them.
He hasn't played out of 90. I swear he had. Okay.
No, he has
Wow.
not. And then the guy that started the season with all the key passes in the world.
Oh, Andreas. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Andreas one surprised me, actually,
Yeah, same.
out of all of them.
I didn't
so.
think Fulham was the club.
Yeah.
I really thought McGinn was subbed out in every game, and then just this last one was because of injury.
Really? I generally thought McGinn was like... He played 90 minutes in at least one of them, surely.
Probably. I also thought Diaz came off in a game. All games, sorry.
Let me see about Diaz, actually. That's a very good question. But unless, like... Diaz played 19 the first game of the season against Ipswich.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah. So it's hard to kind of remember that one.
Yeah, fair.
Cool. My turn.
All right. Question number 2. 5 players have gotten double-digit figures in all of their games so far. 1 forward, 1 mid, 2 defenders, and 1 goalkeeper. Can you name them?
What the fuck? I've got a harder question, bro.
No. I mean, okay, maybe.
1 forward with double-digit points in all their games so far. Has to be Holland.
Yep.
1 midfielder. I'm gonna go Saka.
Correct?
He's so fucking consistent. I love that guy, man.
Right. So now is the hard part.
Oh my god. I'll go Trent for one of them.
But correct
Wow.
club, wrong defender.
Then Verge.
Yep. Verge is 1.
Yeah. I went Trent because like Liverpool kept so many clean sheets, right? 5
Yeah.
or 4 or 5 or something like that. Other defender who's getting double-digit points. Oh, Pedro Porro?
Ooh, good shot. I like that shot, but it's not.
Ah,
I
give me club.
actually am so close to... I'm going to check and see how many Poro's gotten, because that is a really good shout. Poro went under 10 twice. 8.5 and 6.
Okay. Who's the club for the defender?
I don't want to give it away. Fine, Arsenal.
Arsenal defender. Gabriel Magalhaes?
Yeah, that one
What
shocked
the
me. That one shocked me, bro.
That's fucked up. I mean, in that sense, then I would probably go David Raya for the goalkeeper. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a clean sheet, sir. That's
It's a
crazy.
clean sheets, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Okay, nice. I really love that quiz. By the way, if you can give us quiz questions every pod, love it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Fun
Yeah,
stuff.
really. It was a lot of fun. All right, next question comes in from Sharp FC. Patience. What are both of your thresholds before dropping a player? How long does draft value matter? Is 5 game weeks too early to make judgment calls on players? Cough, cough, Joelinton. Cough, cough. I should have probably gone instead of saying cough, cough. Yeah.
Jonathan. So, I think my threshold has been met.
Yeah, same.
It's game week 5. I think we have enough data to know.
Yeah.
Are these
Yeah.
guys coming back in? Are they going to find back form? You can easily get it wrong.
Yeah.
But I think we've given it enough time. So now is the time for me.
Yeah, because Europe has kind of kicked in, the cups have kind of kicked in. I feel like if you wait until the international break, you've waited too late, and all the sleeper picks, all the hidden gem picks that are still kind of hanging around in your waiver pools for your leagues will probably be snapped up by then. I want to say by game week 8, too late. It rhymes. Must be true.
Yeah. That always, rhymes always true.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think now's the time to be ruthless, right? Like, Ryan, you're doing it with your team, so...
Correct. And,
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned you're possibly getting Joelinton out, so
I already got him out, so...
there you go.
There you go. All right, let's take the next one.
Okay, second question from Ben. Watford just scored on City. Gotta love that.
Nkunku hat trick, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah. See, this is why we're holding him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For the hat tricks in not Prem.
Yeah. But, I mean, Watford scoring City defense, still always shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ben is coming back with a City question. He's assuming City are found guilty. How would you punish them and keep the reputation of the Premier League intact?
Would you strip them of their titles?
I guess that's what he means, keep the reputation intact. Because I don't think you can do that and then it not become a kind of a joke. Not joke, but...
Like, as in, then what was the point of even punishing them?
And then why wait so long to do it? And then, like... I don't know.
Bro,
man.
that's gonna be crazy if they break all the fucking records and it's all taken away from them.
That's what I mean. Like, you lose a treble, like...
Yeah. That's
um,
actually fucking mental.
I don't think there's enough points you can dock from them in one season
Yeah.
to really, truly punish them if they're found
Yeah.
guilty of all of these charges.
Yeah.
But I do think stripping them of the past titles, like, let the past be the past and let's move forward, right? Like, find a punishment that goes forward only.
Yeah. Is there a phone ringing by you?
Yeah, you can hear that.
Yeah. It's alright. You can take calls, by the way, if you want.
No, it wasn't me.
So-
It wasn't me.
Okay. Yeah, so you're saying sorry?
Yeah, I think the punishment shouldn't be retroactive. It should only be proactive, like go forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more why once it's a substantial enough punishment and deemed fair enough, don't bring the past into contention, really. But I can see a lot of fans having an issue with that, right? They got away with it for so long and they've earned these titles with the advantage. So I don't know. It's hard. I think something like dock them 20 points a season for the next 5 seasons is...
Like, would you want to lose them in the league? You assume Pep leaves, you assume that team falls apart. Like, what happens if they just become a bang average team?
I mean, dock them 20 points last season. Let's see what happens, right? I don't think they drop out of, like, top 6.
Yeah.
So, I still think they're a competitive team. They come 3rd.
Yeah, I think it's better just do the points thing or drop them some divisions, but I think let them keep their trophies because they still played good football. It's not like they cheated their... I mean, okay, I say they didn't cheat their way into a trophy, but everyone's gonna start coming for my fucking neck then. So, yeah, this one is a tough one, man. Like, it was really good football that they played. They built a fucking amazing squad, but I mean, you can't do that without breaking rules and spending shit tons of money. So it's like chicken and egg situation almost.
And Ben knows chickens better than most of us.
There you go. Yeah. I think dock points, remove trophies. That's probably what everyone else that isn't a City fan is going to accept.
Did you see the response in the Discord? They were like, make them post nothing but gifts for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah. On their Twitter account
It's
or
a
some
suitable
shit.
punishment.
Yeah. We've built a standard.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
we've
yeah.
done. I love it. All right. Have we got time for one more?
I think so.
Yeah. Which one do you want to take?
So there's one that's very specific to our Banter Super League that we co-manage.
Yeah.
That's probably less relevant for all our listeners.
Yeah, I'd say so.
There's
So let's go with his
other one?
routine one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so basically this last question is from Prash. He basically wanted to get involved in Champions League Fantasy from next season, but he's not sure where to make the time because he's having some mad FOMO. So he basically gave us like a breakdown of his full schedule. Do I list it out?
I mean,
Or do you want to just pick at, like, question his daily routine? So 6:45 a.m. he wakes up. 7 to 8 coffee and checks emails. 8 to 9 walks his dog. 9 to 9:30 breakfast. 9:30 to 12:30 work. 12:30 to 1:30 lunch. 1:30 to 5:30 work. 5:30 to 6 coffee. 6 to 7 dog walk. 7 to 8 cook dinner. 8 to 9 gym. 9 to 10 TV/family. 10 to 11 read something. Sleep at 11. I love that one of the first few responses was basically telling him to give up on his TV and family.
so by my math, I was like, he's sleeping 7 hours 45 minutes. That's way too much.
That's a lot of sleep, bro.
Like, I don't even get 6 hours.
Yeah.
We're functioning humans. I mean, not functioning well, but we're functioning.
We're humans.
Yeah, sometimes. I think, to me, I don't take Champions League Fantasy too serious. I rely a lot on, my WhatsApp chats to keep me up to date. I don't listen to any kind of podcast, read any kind of Twitter threads on it, anything like that. So, like, a half-hour coffee break, I can easily set my entire Champions League lineup in 10 minutes of that half-hour break. But I can also easily get less sleep and function. The rest of stuff I think is valid.
Look, I like dogs. I love dogs. But 2 hours for your dog, you tell me you can't find 5 minutes in those 2 hours, bro? Like, even the work thing. Bro, he works 7 hours consistently. You tell me you don't slack off at all? You don't take a poop break, a pee break? Like...
Oh, I take so many fantasy work breaks.
There you go. It's essential, right?
Yeah.
It's like applying, what is it, the Pomodoro technique or something? It's like, what, 20 minutes studying, 5 minutes break? Like, it's supposed to increase your efficiency, right? So
you can't have fan tracks clearing waivers at 10 a.m. my time, 3 p.m. your time, dead smack middle of the workday, and have people be effective during work. Come on.
You also notice he's not added fan tracks to the schedule. So is this the reason why he's so trash at fan tracks? Yes. Jab in.
Didn't he have a smashing season last season, though?
Yeah, probably. Just like you.
I think he was like third in
But
DPL.
he hit us with so much trash talk about wanting to finish above us in the co-manager league.
I know.
And where you at, bro?
So,
but you can find time, man.
yeah,
Surely.
it's multitasking too, right? Like you said, walking the dog and reading some kind of UCL lineup thing and just playing around.
Also, the fact that he's put TV and family time as a shared 1 hour, clearly neither are important to you. Like, okay, we should stop before we lose a listener. All right, but those are the questions, and that is the pod. Solid one. Oh, hour 20. Holy shit, went longer than we thought. But yeah, that's it. Any final words before we sign off, mate?
Did Nkunku get his double hat trick yet? Like,
He's saving that for the league, bro.
can I go and trade him on a high now?
I think you can. Yeah.
All right. 10.
We just need that
yes.
one tweet where it says Nico has a cramp or a muscle strain. Oh my god, the clamoring.
Yeah, let's get it done.
Yeah.
Fake Twitter, come.
Yeah. Yo, double game week though. If we get one, you starting Nkunku?
No. Actually, that's a good point. He will come off the bench in both games. He'll probably score in one. It's not bad.
My forward line is gonna be Sinister and Duran. Watch it.
Oh. But I guess this season they're supposed to be kind of doing away with the mass double game
doubles.
weeks.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be only the good teams. I don't know if
Yeah.
Chelsea falls into that category yet.
Nice.
You have to.
You got your jab in.
Yeah. All right. My work is done,
All
here,
right.
guys.
Yeah. He said his last words. Yeah. For me, just have fun and come join the fucking Discord. It's free. It's fun. Yeah. What more reason do you want? And we're there. So yeah, come say hi. But that's it. Ryan, I will talk to you tomorrow, bro.
All right.
Peace.